Wow. Welcome back. I honestly feel like it's been months since the last video is out about me being drugged and robbed in Colombia and the lives, and I feel like it's been months. But it's only been today. Today marks 2 weeks. Um and to say that there's a lot I'm still processing, there's so much I'm still processing. Couple things. First off, I hope you guys like this couch. I was trying to get you guys some of the view, but with the lighting and your boy being a little bit darker than, vanilla, uh, you can't really see my face if I have the camera set up on the other side. And the camera is a Samsung A31. I can't even like it's an old phone. Whatever. Let's talk. So, if you're just now tuning in, this is your first video you've seen at all. I have been traveling for the last 6 years. Um, Predominantly, I've spent the last 6 years here in Colombia, traveled out from here, 73, 74 countries. Again, here in Colombia, I live here in Colombia. And it's the first time in my life that it's not the first time in my life I've almost died. That's yeah, no. It's the first time in my life that someone tried to kill me without me knowing. Like, let that just sink in for a second. So, I got scopomined, they stole all my stuff, and, like, that's the short. There's if you look the end of this video in the description, you look on the channel, the video is there, I talk about the story. I don't wanna make this video about that, but, like, it's one thing to be attacked and be ready. And, like I train, I live my life prepared, paranoid, ready. And like attack me. I am ready and waiting. But this the drugging of somebody, the incapacitation and inability to defend that, um, I'll be honest, like I couldn't sleep. It's still a little uneasy sleeping. Um, like I'm a very secure person, and I felt like someone kinda took my security away, which is unearthly. Then on top of it, I get on these lives with people and I'm telling them the story, and I'm opening it up for people to ask me questions, and the whole purpose of this was to raise capital. I made some changes. I'm going to talk here in a minute about how you guys can help me, but, it was like the amount of people that were questioning the character of who I am. I'm like, "Yo, watch my videos. L Go to my website, like, look at my social media." I can't get into some of my social media still, which, by the way, Instagram, the new Instagram, like, the main Instagram is Neoverse 3.14, Neovers period 3, or I should I'm sorry, Neovers 3 period 14. And the 3 period 14 is a representation of pi. I'm a math nerd. This is not something I talk about. I am a math nerd. Part of that comes with being a pilot. The other part of that comes with I was in math club, and I love numbers. But pi is a reiteration of numbers that never ends. And as all of this has been going on, like the processing for me in looking at, I spoke a little bit about my namesake, Alistair, why I changed my name to Neo, why Neo, and all of the different emotions associated with those things from an outlook from others in, and then myself inwardly outwards in life in general. But all that said, pi is the never ending reiteration. And for me, I'm like, you can't break me. You can drug me. You can steal everything I own, but you cannot break me. And no matter how many times I need to reinvent myself, I'm like pie. So this is just another iteration of me, new here with you. So, let's talk a little bit about like the processing of the emotions. So, like, I was already in a very emotionally vulnerable state with Neo's poly and deciding not to continue with the ladies I was um, with the amount of time, energy, heart, devotion to these women. Um, man, Tatiana has been a one of my closest friends for 6 years, and I don't want to talk to her. I don't even want to think about talking to her, and that hurts. That hurts. So on the heels of all of that, waking up and having almost lost your life, having to go to the hospital even days after, and them saying like, "Yo, you're lucky, because if you have this amount in your system right now, oh my goodness." I remember the nurse telling me like, "You're really tall and you're healthy, you're strong. If if you were if you were like any of the other people, you would have died." And like when she said it, I was like, "Oh, I felt like I had this like knee jerk reaction, like, no, I'm strong, like, yeah." But like leaving the hospital, having to go back a couple days later, um, like I don't, I'm big into bikes. I've been riding bikes for the longest time. Motorcycles, not like bicycles. But so like I've lost a lot of friends riding motorcycles, a lot. And there's always a period of time when you have somebody have an accident like right next to you. Um, One of the most horrendous. I was in college. I'm not gonna talk about who, but they hit a tree on a twisty road, and man, it shook me. Like I felt shook, and like when you feel shook, like losing someone close, it changes you for a minute. It changes you. It's like the whole like falling off the horse and getting back on. It changes your outlook. It changes your approach. It changes your feelings. It changes your view on life. And every time someone has wrecked next to me, every time someone has died riding, it's always made me want to check myself a little bit. Now look, I've still done some crazy, crazy things. Um, Crazy, crazy things. I have ridden my motorcycle plenty of times without a helmet. Um, and I can't promise that I wouldn't do that now, right? Like I just saw someone, it was before this ordeal, maybe a month ago, here, that had their head literally, they were a bicyclist, got hit by a car, and they hit by the car wasn't a big deal, but when he fell off the bike, it cracked his head open. And the reason I'm going into this detail is because we often live life like we have all this time. And for me right now, I'm still very much in the raw state of, damn, tomorrow's not promised. And I have got so many problems to deal with today. And, part of the things I'm learning, like how did this happen, how to prevent it from happening, is a poverty mindset. It's a poverty mindset of being so focused on people's problems that I lost focus on what I even wanted to begin with. When I think about Neo's Poly, if you look at the Neo's Poly video about me talking about what and why I created it, and then think about the women that I had within the project, they weren't even right. And part of it was because I was using an ex as a producer. Like, I'm not free from blame on any of this. But the biggest part was this poverty mindset of being in the situation to want to save people. And then realize that there's literally no one in my life that can save me. Um, I have people that do the best they can with where they are, but like my circle should be stronger. This is me saying it. And so part of it is reflecting on that, and like, what in the world? Like, why am I so focused on other people? I just I may have mentioned, the whole reason the interview in the story I mentioned that this chick was here for an interview, but I talk about a business partner that I had opening the store with. And I literally yesterday? Yeah, as of yesterday, I said no more. I didn't want to deal with her anymore. And the reason why is here's the thing. For those of you who follow my social media, I've been going to the gym early in the morning. Most of you know I do not like going to the gym in the morning. I am a late morning, early afternoonish kind of person. I feel like that gives me time to have my very cool, relaxed morning and get to the gym and I'm ready to go and like go to war because The gym for me is not something that's like happy but lucky. I go to war. It hurts. It's painful. What I digress. And so I'm going now with the partner and one of her friends, and we're training together. And the purpose of this is to train, record videos, and then create the content for social media to drive traffic to the website. So normal is what I do with brands. Um, so as I'm going through all of this, there's certain things that I'm like, I'm an ISSA certified personal trainer for going on 25 years. Yeah, 2000, 25 years. So there's that. I've also been super skinny, like doing anything I possibly could to gain a pound and learning how to do that. I've also been built, stout, and ripped, like bodybuilder style, ready for like just right. I've also been super fat, 350 plus pounds. And now I'm the healthiest I've ever been, shredded, strong, lean, mean. And I had all these different variations, and I've helped a ton, thousands of people do these different things. So I'm sitting here in the gym working out, and usually when I train with people, they want to train my routine because they want me to train them during this time. And it kind of bothersome. But with this, I'm like, you're a business partner, you're an outlet, like, let's do this. And yesterday, it's not the first time, there's a couple times, but yesterday I went to show her something and she was like, I'm good. And I was like, oh, what do you mean? Because like I've been at the gym a long time, but the whole reason my name was changed to Neo is because I have to look at everything new, and everything I thought I knew to lose weight was not working. And so even after all of the time and insight and the expertise I thought I had, like I realized I always have to be open to learning, right? So I was like, "What's up? Like, why?" She's like, "I'm good. Like, I don't need to learn anything else." And I hadn't really taught her anything, and I just let it go, and I continued my routine. I finished training. And then we started texting, and she's like, "You need to tell me with words exactly what you wanna teach me because I don't think I need to learn anything. I think I wake up and I go to the gym for myself and I do things for me, and, like, I'm good. I'm happy with my progress and my results, and I don't think I need to change anything or learn anything new." And I was like, at first I wanted to, like, rant and go back, and then I was like, "Peace over everything. How can I teach someone anything if they don't wanna learn? Like, if you don't at least have the least bit of curiosity to expand your brain, what is the waste of my time that I should use to teach? It doesn't make any sense." So I was like, okay, cool. I wish you the best and thanks. Because I'm gonna waste my time with that. Now, all of that said, this experience, the lack of the circle, the lack of support, the lack of a lot of things had me really focused the having to defend my character. Put me in this place where I was like, when I came up with the peace over everything, when I talked about that, we could listen to the podcast. There are things out here that confirm the things I'm saying. Um, I felt at that point in time I was given an opportunity to speak and share who I am with the world at a rate and a level that I had never seen before on my personal social media. During that period of time when I came up with Peace Over Everything, I had on average 15,000 people daily watching my stories. Now, and the crazy thing was, it was only because at the time I had a couple reels that were going viral. I had a few reels that were doing millions of views, and because of that, I was getting this influx of 15. I want to say the most was like 26,000 people in one day watch my story. And I was like, holy crap. And at that point in time, the Holy Spirit was like, yo, bruh, you are the brand. You need to think about what you want to say and say it. And that was peace over everything. And I kind of rode with that for a little bit. And then I got scared. I'm like, I can't keep talking about peace. I felt like I started the podcast to talk about peace over everything. It didn't have the traction that I wanted it to have. And I gave up on it. I gave up on myself. And then I had to defend my character. And I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to record these things if one person watches, if one person listens to the podcast, because the next person that wants to question the character of who I am, the type of life I live, I want there to be chronicles and chronicles and chronicles of content of me sharing myself, my mentality, my heart, my perspective, my flaws with you. And when they say that, I want people to be able to defend me without me ever having to speak and utter another word. Because if I did die a couple weeks ago, if that was it, if that was it, there's not nearly enough. There's none that reflects who I am to you that don't know me, that have never seen me, that have never met me, that have never done or had a chance to do life with me. So, couple changes I want to throw out there. You are going to see a bunch of different social medias pop up, and they are going to be sub-iterates of Neo. And the reason for that is, like it or not, every social media platform builds the best and the fastest with a niche. And when I mean a niche, it means a focused area. If you are a nutritionist, a diet, fitness type person, you need to share within that niche to grow. Like you just have to, because the type of people that want to consume that content change. They change their habits, they change their patterns, they change what they want to look for. And you need to be able to connect with those people when they're in that zone. Right? But if you're a motivational type person and you're just there to give motivation, could be business motivation, life motivation, whatever, you got to stay in that lane. If you try to mix the two, people are going to be like, I kind of want to just see the fitness right now. Maybe they'll mute you, maybe they won't engage, maybe they won't share, whatever it is. So that gets kind of lost. Then if you want to share like travel, like me in different places or the things that are different, it's different. If I want to share like the thoughts of music and that aspect of my life, all of these things are different. So I'm going to create a social media account for each one of the aspects of who I am. I'm going to share how music and a song takes me to a place like you've never known it. Um, it's going to be a way in which I communicate with you, my feelings, my thought processes, my outlooks, my flaws, the things I just said, but in songs, because literally that's what music is to me. So there's going to be a separate page for that. My fitness journey, how I eat, how I train, why I'm 42 years old and look this way, have six pack and better, like why I'm shredded at 42. I'm going to share on that page. That's NeoFit 3.14. Like, I am going to branch out each one of those things. Business, how I think about business, how I manage my brands, how I do those things, that is going to be a separate page. And I'm going to share all these things. Now, the one consistent aspect will be the stories. I'm going to share my stories, tag each one of the other accounts so that day to day you can see what I'm doing. But if you want to focus on my fitness journey, you can watch that Instagram and that TikTok. If you want to focus on my business outlook and mindset, you can subscribe to that. If you want to focus on how I motivate the things I say to myself to keep me moving forward, to keep me encouraged, follow that page. You might want to follow a couple of them, but I am no longer putting myself in a box where feeling like I can't share all of me with everyone because damn it, if I fucking die tomorrow, I want people to be able to look at the receipts of my life. And that's only going to happen if I create more of these contents, these types of content. So it's 2 weeks, people, and let me tell you, my best friend is leaving to go to Portugal. I love her. I cannot wait for her to go enjoy that time. But I am far from out of the woods. Bank of America had 3 things they needed to send me: cards, account numbers, and a PIN to access those things. I have not gotten those. SoFi is up and running. They did send me a card. I do not have it yet, but I do have a virtual card. I just don't have money in the account, but I have a virtual card. So if you're wondering how you can help me, there's 2 big things, okay? Technically 3, but 2 big things. First, people I coach every day, I have clients. Could be fitness and nutrition because you need customized macros. You need to understand diet. Does not have to be keto. Does not have to be carnivore. Does not have to be low carb. We will talk about what it is that you need that's best for you, what your goals are, what your setbacks are, what medications you're on, what supplements you're taking. We'll talk about all of those things, and then I'll set you down the right path. Okay? Maybe it's business. You want to start a new business. You need to create some income. You need a side hustle. You need to understand how to grow your social media. You need to understand how to do podcasts and YouTube. You need to figure out how to I don't know what it is that you need to do. You want to figure out how to do drop shipping, find suppliers, work with Shopify, whatever it is, Etsy. Maybe it's that. Maybe you're like, I'm just trying to figure out how to do life. I kind of feel lost. I've been doing this for so long and I'm doing this and it's not really what I want. And I'm just looking for someone to kind of understand where I'm at, talk me through it. That's my perspective on life. Look at a new perspective on everything. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Maybe you're traveling and you're trying to figure out where to travel. I've been to 73 places. Maybe I can give you some insight on that. Any of the things that my typical clients talk to me about, they spend $100 an hour to talk with me. Now, you can go to my website. Link is in the description. It's freeyourmind.store. It's not complicated. www.freeyourmind.store. Okay, you can go there and you can take any one of those things, and I have half-hour increments available. Just go in and buy a half hour with me. Literally. Click whatever it is you want. Nutrition, business, marketing. Click it. It's available in half-hour increments, so you'll get on the phone with me. We'll talk about it. Okay? That's it. You could buy an hour, because I'd recommend you're going to want to spend an hour. Look, the video's already too long. And do that. Now, you may be saying, Neo, I don't have $100. I could do the half hour. Cool. But it's going to make me really tight. For those people, I want you to look in the description. There is a link to SoFi Bank. Okay? Not only will you not have to pay me, but you will make $25. Click the link, click it, fill it out. Okay? It's going to ask you to put $50 in the account. It's going to say fund your account. Put $50 in the account with a debit card, and within 24 to 48 hours, typically, you will receive $25. Now, what you'll need to do is take a screenshot that you have your account, that your $50 has been put in, and you're going to just email me. Ready? Neo, N-E-O, Neo, at freeyourmind.store. So it's Neo at freeyourmind.store. That is my personal email. Okay, email me that screenshot, and I will give you an hour of my time. So not only did you not have to pay for it, but you are going to make $25, and I am going to give you an hour. And it can still be on any of those things. So nutrition, business, marketing, life in general, whatever those things are. But get at me, Neo at freeyourmind.store. Now, you don't want to email me. You don't use email. That's fine. Feel free to shoot me a message on Neoverse. So Neoders 3.14 Instagram. Send me an Instagram DM. Or TikTok is being Neo, BEING, period, NEO. Again, all of these links will be in the description, but send me a message with the screenshot. I'll get you the hour and we'll go from there. Then the last thing, you're like, I don't want to buy an hour. I don't want to open up an account, but I do want to help you. Buy me a cup of coffee. I mean that. There's a link in the description. It says buy me a coffee. And you literally will be able to just buy me a coffee. I think it starts at $5, but $5 will come to me, and that will help me out a great deal. So those are the three things that you can do right now. People, I need to buy a computer. I'm blessed that I do have clients that I've been able to call clients, get new clients, but there's a lot that I need to get while I'm still waiting. And just for a frame of reference, the last next day item I had sent here still waited in customs for 3 weeks. So for those of you that are like, oh man, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna get the I can't bet on anything when it comes to Colombia customs. So this is my response to not waiting. I am making the things happen that I need to happen to sustain life. But I mean that, like, I am very much hour by hour, meal by meal, day by day here. So I need your help. I really, truly, I want to help you with the thing that you need help with. But this is me saying, yo, lock arms, because I need your help too. SoFi, link is there. Literally, click it, add $50. They pay you 25, and get at me. Get on my calendar. Let's do life together. I'm gonna be sharing a lot, not just about this, but the other aspects of my confidence, Jay Shetty, and On Purpose, and the podcast, and just all of the things that I know I've been called to share with you guys that I have not been because I've been frankly scared. But here we are. The rubber has met the road. Fear or not, I refuse to allow someone to take my life without sharing it with you guys first. So subscribe, like, comment. Those things really do help this video get in front of more people. So at the very least, if you can't do any of the things I asked in the links, just share this. Like, just click the link, share it on your social media, send it to a friend. And if you have not watched the video about me being drugged and robbed, watch the video. It's a wild story. Everyone that watches it tells me the same thing, and then they tell me that they're glad I'm alive. Me too. But yeah. All right. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. I'm going to try to do at least one video a day like this, not necessarily this long, and about different topics, and then drive traffic through social media to this channel. So thank you guys so much. Links in the description for everything. And pretty much until tomorrow. Peace.